Advent Day 2. The secret of the desert caves. And without controversy, great is the mystery of godliness. God was manifested in the flesh, justified by the Spirit, seen of angels, preached among the Gentiles, believed on in the world, and received up in glory. Based on 1 Timothy chapter 3 and verse 16. Muhammad el-Hamid, called Ed Deep the Wolf. He was a Bedouin shepherd of the Tamira tribe. He discovered a great treasure of books in a desert cave beyond Bethlehem. They are books of mystery, books that had been hidden for a long time. They speak of a Messiah and a Saviour. Who wrote those books, and why? What do they all say, and what do they mean? The most common version of the discovery of the books goes like this. Sometime in the year of 1947, El-Deeb was tending his goats in the mountainous desert near the uppermost tip of the Dead Sea, not far from Bethlehem in Jerusalem. One of his animals wandered off and was lost. El-Deeb scrambled to a steep dry mountainside to search for it and came upon a hole, one of the many caves in that area. The shepherd, thinking that he heard his goat hiding in the cave, threw a rock inside and hoping to scare the animal out, but instead of the sound of a rock hitting another rock, El-Deeb heard the sound of something breaking. Later, he returned to the cave with his friends. There they found large pottery jars containing several old, blackened, smelly rolls of leather. The shepherds recognised that these old things might have some value and took them to Bethlehem to sell. That first cave and others discovered later contained a treasure of ancient books. They were scrolls, books written on rolled up lengths of leather, papyrus, which is reed paper, and in one case, copper. Eventually, nearly 300 caves were explored in the Dead Sea area. 11 contained scrolls or pieces of scrolls. Isn't that amazing? The 7 scrolls from the first cave ended up in the hands of a group of religious leaders and scholars. One of the first American archaeologists to see copies of the scrolls called them an incredible find, and so they were. The copper scroll found in Cave 3 is a list of treasure buried around the Dead Sea area. The treasure would be worth millions of dollars if anyone could find it. The other scrolls are copies of books from the times before and after the birth of Jesus. The Dead Sea Scrolls include parts or the whole of every book in the Old Testament except the book of Esther. The scrolls are 1,000 years older than any copies of the Bible found before then. Yet they are nearly identical to the Old Testament books we have today. They show that throughout the ages the scribes who copied God's book have done so with incredible accuracy that helps us to have faith in the truthfulness of the words we read today. Near the caves are the ancient ruins of Qumran, the remains of a Jewish religious community from the time around about Christ's birth. Most scholars believe that these were the people who kept the books, and some of the scrolls tell about the group. Like most Jews of the time, the people of the Qumran community were waiting for Messiah, a saviour of Israel. Some of their writings describe their ideas about Messiah. For centuries, people like those at Qumran and all over Israel hoped for a Messiah. The Old Testament parts of the scrolls told them something about the promised Messiah. He would be born in Bethlehem of King David's line and would bring peace and righteousness to the world. But no one knew when the Messiah would come or what exactly he would do. Christians believe that the mystery was solved with the birth of a Jewish baby boy 2,000 years ago. The long-awaited Messiah and Saviour is Jesus, born in Bethlehem of King David's family line. The New Testament says that Jesus is the mystery that has been kept hidden for ages. See Colossians chapter 1, verse 25 through to 27, and is now shown to us. Every year, during the first few weeks before Christmas, Christians remember the long wait for the Messiah, and that is what Advent is all about. Advent means coming. As Christians wait with excitement for the coming of Christmas, they are acting out a little like the people who waited for the coming of Messiah. In our time, that waiting is over and the mystery has been revealed. Now instead we wait for the time when Jesus will come again in glory to judge the world and bring everlasting peace. Just as the secrets of the desert caves were finally discovered after so many years, so the mystery of Messiah was finally revealed in Jesus. The description of who Jesus is in today's Bible verse is a wonderful summary of who he is. That is why these are the first words to appear in Handel's musical story of